Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Aaron Cosby, Super Bowl is now behind us. What were your thoughts? It was a very tight game up to the last minute. 3-point game. What are your thoughts on last night's game?
Okay. I was a little up to the last 2 minutes. The game was great, whatever. Yeah. But then the refs, man, they, in my opinion, they put themselves into the game when they shouldn't have. They should have just let the game play out, let the players play.
Right.
And I didn't like that at all. I was very, very disappointed with that. So much so that as soon as the game ended, I changed the channel, man. I was done. I was done. I don't want to see no confetti, balloons. I don't want to see no staging. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. I don't want to see the trophy. None of no. Refs, NFL, please come up with a rule last 2 minutes of the game. If it's not a blatant, it has to be apparent that is a penalty for it to be called. And maybe someone that there needs to be an official of all officials that's up in the booth or something that can possibly override those things, like where it's something that petty. Because to me, that was petty. Yeah. What do you think? Like, you saw it too, right?
I agree. I think in general, when it comes to those type of games, that high level championship, Super Bowl kind of situation, that the refs should not be calling simple plays. Like you said, they shouldn't be making those kind of calls and letting them point the game. Like, I agree with that. That's absolutely, I think, across the board, because you see that even in the NBA a lot, where you're right, you know what I mean? And they shouldn't, there should be no doubt that they could have cost the game either way. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and just to add to that, there were holding calls that were more blatant than that they didn't call.
They didn't call, right.
They didn't call. So it's like, okay, you didn't call them when it was, beyond obvious. But now the last 2 minutes of the game, when the game is on the line, and you want to, there's a flip. Get out of here, man. Yeah. It makes people really wonder if the stuff is scripted or rigged, man. Things like that. It really gives the appearance that something is not on the up and up. And the NFL needs to figure it out. That should not have happened. It should not have happened. Okay. Congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. Got that out the way. Cool. All right. But that shouldn't have happened. Right. And to me, if I'm a fan of if I'm like a diehard Chiefs fan, I'm happy that my team won. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's almost like they kind of gave it to them, but they kind of gave it to them. It's like,
they had some help.
They had some help. But also Philadelphia Eagles, congratulations, man. Y'all played a phenomenal game.
That's how it's supposed to be at this stage. And, again, these championship type games where it's not a blowout. It's a game, people on their seat, kind of thing.
Right.
Let's give it to Patrick Mahomes, who you could tell he was in pain, and he still played his butt off during the game. They're already asking, do you think he'll play as long as Tom Brady?
Okay, first of all, Patrick Mahomes, first ballot Hall of Famer. We already know. Bam, got that. Okay. He hurt his ankle. He was in pain. You could tell all the hobbling of it.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of it to me came off as a little bit of theatrics.
No, God, I heard someone
It's
else
just,
say,
it was just like a little. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, Patty, I hear you, Patty, I got it. You know, he was, and then he's hopping and everything, running into the locker room. I'm like, I thought your ankle was, and maybe they gave him something to,
yeah, they said they probably gave him something.
I was going to say,
At
okay,
halftime. Yeah,
okay.
they
All
said
right, but nah.
They
Go ahead.
I forgot who it was. He's a retired NBA player. He was guest hosting on a show today, and he said that the drugs they can give you between halftime and whatnot, he said, trust me, I see why he came back out there running, because
Okay.
he said
So he had
technology
that good
has come a
stuff.
long way. Yeah.
Okay. Got
Uh-huh.
you.
And he said the
Oh,
fact that he had the whole halftime performance to kind of heal. You know what I mean?
yeah. So it was right, which was a longer halftime than
30
what
minutes.
is usual. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of Rihanna, the halftime show and all that. Which, by the way, Rihanna, baby girl, you
Yeah.
turned it.
She did. She did.
Baby and toe and all that. She turned that thing out, man. I was so, even her little, her little two step. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It
I
was
thought it was
so
good.
good. Her staging, the stage production, man. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
stage design, all that. Emmy. They should win an Emmy. I mean, just for that. It was just how all the different levels and everything. And her dancers, bruh, they was working it. Like, they was all right, okay. It was.
No, I thought she did a great job. I thought she did a really great job.
Yeah. Like, oh, and I gotta say this. Babyface, phenomenal guitar and all that. Shirley Ralph, nice. However,
Chris,
bruh,
he sang this song.
Chris Stapleton can.
Yes.
Y'all. He can sing.
He has so much song.
This man's voice is phenomenal. I've been a fan of his for a while, but to hear him sing the national anthem, there's Whitney Houston, who that's the top number one, all that. Yeah. But to me, he's right there. They're both top, just for different.
It was the emotion
style.
It was the emotion. I think he's the first one since Whitney that she felt some kind of emotion behind the song and that performance.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. I've listened to it at least 6 times today. Probably more. I'll say probably 10. It's and I hope they release it as a single like they did with Whitney back in '91. Hope that they do that with Chris's, cause my gosh, it was
he killed it. He killed it.
10s across the board, man. Phenomenal. Everything was overall. Super Bowl was stellar, except again those last 2 minutes, whatever. But other than that,
two black quarterbacks. That first time two brothers played against each other.
Mama Kelsey, boy, man.
Yeah. And she said that she went and hugged the one that they asked her in the press conference before who would she hug first. They said whoever was on the losing team. She hugged Jason first.
And then Travis afterwards. Oh, okay. Oh, that was nice. Well, it's still good. I mean, it's good to be Mrs. Kelsey. It's good to be Mama, man. Yeah.
She said she should have played the lottery years ago. She said the fact that they went to grade school together and playing college, high school, college, now in the Super Bowl, she said I should have played the lottery years ago.
Well, I know what she can definitely do. Write a book about raising probably 2 future Hall of Fame football players. Just how that went about, man. People. I'm curious. I would like to know how what the household was like growing up and everything. So yeah. So, and hopefully somebody will interview her after post Super Bowl. Somebody, Jennifer Hudson, Kelly Clarkson, Sherry, somebody, interview her. But anyway, that's all I got, man. Sports.
All right, Aaron. Well, thank you as always. Have a great week, and we will be right back after this.
Thank you, brother.